Are you having a great day? I'm having a great day. Hello and welcome once again to the Video Call-In channel. That's the show that will bring anyone on, either audio or video, at any time to talk about whatever they'd like to talk about. You have a website you'd like to promote? Do you have a channel that you'd like to get more information out there for? That's what we're here for. We don't just bring you in on phone. We want full facial. Now that doesn't mean that you can't come on with just audio. Got no problem with that whatsoever. Having said that, if it sounds like content that you really enjoy and can't wait to see where this takes us, then smash that subscribe button right now. Hit the bell notification so you'll know exactly when we go live, and you won't miss a thing. Now, today is a special Saturday show. I wasn't planning on coming on live. In fact, I spent most of my morning on a live stream. Well, I wasn't on the show, but I got some good buddies that actually had a live show, and I guess they have it every Saturday. And it's and for me, it was very fun. I wasn't trying. I mean, I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't on a live stream in hopes that people would see, a little bit about me and want to subscribe and want to get involved in this community. But what happened was completely beyond my wildest expectations. As any new YouTuber will be doing, we're going to go out there and we're going to find those videos that help us, build a community, to reach more people, to actually get our name out there and build an audience for whatever that reason might be. I mean, you might be a gamer and you just want more views, usually to monetize down the road, and that's fine. But most of us are just looking for like minds to talk about, which there's no problem with that. And I was no different. In fact, the video podcast, well, I should say, is a live stream. I'll talk about exactly what they were talking about here in a minute and why I was even there. But the idea is that you want to find those people who've already been there, done that, know the ins and outs, and the live stream I was on was exactly that. It's actually two brothers. They're very popular. I think one is I think a little over 300,000, or maybe he just reached 300,000 subscribers, which is awesome, fantastic for him. That's the type of subscriber count I dream of and aspire to, which which is why I'm here. This is going to be a relatively short show, so Now I will be live, like I always say. I will be live after I stop the stream on Zoom. So feel free to jump in and we can talk even offline if you'd like to. Again, to join is super simple. If you've got Zoom installed, you're already halfway ahead of the game here. If not, just visit, wrong one, zoom.us. It's right here. And click on Join a Meeting. You'll probably have to jump through some hoops, maybe a small install. No biggie. It's a relatively small footprint, and and it's completely safe. I've been using it for years. And then you'll be faced with entering the meeting ID. Well, that's real simple. The meeting ID is right there, right here. Enter that in. I'll see you come up on my screen, and I'll take you live if after we talk a bit. So so let me get this out. So I'm on this live stream this morning, and what they were doing was they were talking about all those things that we all want to hear, is how to better market your channel. Right? How does your channel art look? How are your thumbnails? Are they actually built to entice clicks? And I don't mean clickbait, because that's just wrong. Are they built so that people want to view whatever content is behind that thumbnail? And of course, my tip to you is, anytime you make a thumbnail, make sure that you're honest with your viewer, your potential viewer, and that you state exactly what's in that video. This thumbnail you see today is a great Saturday. Well, I'm talking about my great Saturday. I know it may not appeal to everyone, but it is what it is. Okay, back to the original story. So I'm on this live stream, and I'm talking really just mainly between the other chat participants. And they have a really good format too. They go, and if you super chat them, then they put you in a queue, and they'll call up your when your name comes up, they'll call up your your YouTube channel, and they'll critique it, which is fantastic because, as we all know, we've run into channels that need a lot of help, and I wasn't really looking for that, so I was just and I'm not going to comment on the YouTube thing because I'm still what I consider a noob. But what I was doing was I was literally talking to people about graphics, because I've done just a crap ton of graphics work over the years, some marketing things that they wanted to know. And I was asking the guys a couple of questions. I'll go right now to his channel. It's Nick Nimmin, and fantastic guy. He and his brother D were both doing this this live stream, and it was on a Saturday, and they do it every Saturday. And not only do they take the super chats, but after that they'll do freeze. And if you get in the stream early enough and ask, beg them, try not to beg them, but ask them to review your channel, they may in some cases. But what they do after that is they have what's called a, what do they call that? The one tip trivia. So they state a trivia question, pose it to the live chat audience, and if the first one who answers correctly, spelled correctly, gets one piece of their channel page critiqued. And I got in a few of those, but of course wasn't looking specifically for a review. I was just there to pick up some tips and help out anybody that I could while I was there. And for some reason, a lot of my chats were being picked up. Of course, I did ask them some questions, and they shouted out on the questions. They answered them beautifully. There was one you couldn't answer for. I was really down last night. I don't know if you caught my show last night, but I was really down because I was looking at that live page, and I couldn't believe that they're in the recently live area, they had 4-day-old live streams. So it's kind of pissing and moaning last night about that. And that's one of the reasons I want to do this show, because I wanted to be more upbeat, which I normally am. And right now I'm talking a mile a minute. But it was really important that I continue to plug along and not let that sort of thing get me down. And that's why I was there in that live stream yesterday, find out, what tips I might be able to get in boosting my live stream visibility. They didn't know, because I don't think that's as well. There's not as much history for the live stream portion of YouTube, and I get that. So not everyone knows how YouTube is actually working that field. But I'm going to continue to try to. I still have a ton of optimization to do to my videos. Right now, I'm spewing out videos and trying to get more tips. But eventually, I'm going to end up doing a whole lot of SEO and marketing to get the word out. So anyway, they started, answered my questions. That was fantastic. I guess what I was saying in some of the comments was pertinent to a lot of people's pain. They started making mention of that, which was awesome. Plus, we were having a lot of fun. I mean, it was just great fun, and that's really why I do this, because I find this extraordinarily fun. But anyway. So the pinnacle of that was, and totally unexpected. I was not expecting this at all, but he apparently went to my channel and thought that this was a really great idea. Inviting folks to come on live via video or audio. Don't ever discount that. I'm not going to throw a number up, and I may later, but I'd rather have people face to face, because once you put a face to your property, people won't forget you. Suddenly you're more relatable to those folks. And that's a whole marketing discussion we'll have in one of my shows. But just know that it was so fantastic to be heard like that. And thank you, Nick. Thank you, Dee. It was such a fantastic thing. I really enjoyed myself during that live stream. It was all of 5 hours. I mean, I stayed on for the entire 5 hours. I was really there to try to help folks with graphic questions, but it turned out really nice. Nick ended up subscribing to me. One of these days, we're going to try to get him on the show, but he's all the way over in Taiwan, right? So I don't know if he's going to be able to to join. I know I'm on every weeknight, in case I haven't mentioned that already. This video every weeknight between 9 and midnight Eastern Standard Time. So Nick, if you get to see this video, you'll know that I try to limit it to that. Although, the reason I don't have that in my header, because I really want to nail down a time. I want to say it to everyone, say every night at 10 or every night, weeknight at 11. I want you guys to know that you can depend on me going live. And then if you've got something to come on and talk about, I don't care if it's an odd topic. It could be something from trending. It could be a channel you're trying to promote. It could be a website or a product or a business you're trying to promote. I don't care. I just want you to fat with you. So my goal is to actually find a dead set time. But what I'm really looking for here is to not compete with a whole bunch of other people in the same time slot. Well, that's why I've chosen more of a later time. In fact, most of the time I end up going on between 10 and 11 Eastern Standard Time. But you never know. That may change. Shows like this, these impromptu shows that I'm doing right now may change that. But only time will tell. And then I'm only 2 weeks into this. In fact, this is, I believe, video 15, if you don't count the channel trailer. So you never know. We'll just have to wait and see how that goes. But I'll certainly end up posting that as a norm. So you'll see it at my channel header. I'll actually, this is not a good example because on these videos I actually have a live meeting number. And again, I say this every time, but it's worth repeating. I actually have a specific meeting ID for each one of these shows. That way, when you go on, you don't sit there and think, well, I'm live, because if I use my business ID, then you'll sit there forever. This one will tell you that there's no meeting available at that location. So know that. Oh, but what a great day. What a great day. I mean, I really look forward to having Nick on, and I really look forward to having you folks on too, because it's really important to me, especially now. These videos will live in perpetuity, right? They'll always be in my playlists, and of course I haven't done those yet, but I will have playlists. They'll always be in my uploads and whatnot, and I'll end up cutting them up so that individuals that had a very long, let's say they had a specific property that they'd like to promote, and that property could be anything. I'll segment those out and create different videos of those, and that way they can be viewed without having to watch other people who may show up on the show. So having said that, I really look forward to building this audience and creating more content for you and getting the word out, and of whatever it is you want to get the word out for, or just talking to you. Just jump on in and we can chat about the weather. It's probably 32 degrees here in the crossroads of America, and I couldn't be more warm and toasty inside after this morning. Oh man. Well, I hope your Saturday goes as well as mine has. And as always, look for us every weeknight between the hours of 9 and midnight. But you've got to hit that subscribe button, and you've got to hit that bell notification. Otherwise, you'll never know when we go live. So have a great rest of the weekend. Thank you all for joining me on this video. If you're watching this on the uploads, and by all means, come back and see us, and we'll definitely see you live.